On the farm tonight, when it comes to wine, Virginia ranks in the top 10 in production in the United States. While vineyards in the Commonwealth are a national leader, they're not immune to the effects of inflation. WFXR's George Noliff joins us now in studio. Georgie, how are they dealing with it?
It's doing a few different ways. Among the things they're doing is adjusting the way they grow. They're watching fertilizer and fuel use. And sometimes, well, they're just passing on the increased cost to us. Hey, how y'all doing there, folks? Another thing to complicate matters for grape growers is the demand for their products come down to some very specific tastes. And the things that lead to those in-demand finished products are often out of the control of the winemaker. Before you can get a pour like that,
it's a vineyard in the winter times.
The fruit has to come from a place like this.
The other thing, though, is I wanted to see, is it still flexible? And I wanted to hear, is it cracking as I break it?
Welcome to Ramulus Ridge Vineyards. It's an estate winery near Moneta.
So when you think about estate winery, it just means all three of those happen together. The growing, the manufacturing, and the sales.
Thomas Vandiver is one of the owners of Ramulus Ridge. Like other farmers and growers, he's facing increased input costs. Labor's up, fuel and fertilizer are up. And then there's something else other growers don't deal with that is costing more.
Glass is a big category that we've seen go up. Cost of glass, the cost of shipping glass. Although we do make the wine here, we don't make the glass. And so that has really seen an impact globally. And if you think about a bottle of wine, it's about half glass by weight. So that's a big category that's gone up.
Despite costs going up, Vandiver says quality is his ultimate goal. It takes science on the cutting edge.
And then this lid that's up top has just got a gasket.
But the ways of the past also factor in heavily.
And for me, I like to blend them. I like to hear what is coming out of research, what's new and exciting. But then I listen to the old timers because we've been, as a civilization, we've been producing wine for thousands of years. So some of those fundamentals never change. And sometimes the old way is the best way. The most important thing to do in the field and in the cellar and in the tasting room, the most important ingredient is just hard work. It's doing it the right way.
Friday night, that looked pretty good, huh? Hey, Vandiver says one saving grace for some winemakers, higher production costs this year might not be felt for a few years. Wine takes time, years, to produce. So the wine being sold today was produced at a lower cost a few years ago. Still, growers have to keep an eye on the bottom line, and to remain sustainable, many are raising prices.
Now, Georgie, what's the overall health of the Virginia wine industry?
It's outstanding. It's a rising star nationally and internationally. Our wine growers are responsible for generating, get this, nearly $2 billion toward the Commonwealth's economy every year. That's a lot of wine. We're talking jobs, products, sales, all that. Plus, wine critics are saying plenty of good things. I had talked relatively recently with a wine expert who talked about Virginia's place in the world wine scene. He says that we are roughly where Napa and California were 40 to 50 years ago. Now, they were on the verge of a big boom. He thinks that we're on the verge of a big one here too.
Listen, I only have one issue with this story. We were talking in the newsroom and George told me that their wine is good. Well, that's great. Where's my bottle?
It's in the newsroom.
Lies. Thanks, George.